What is up, Card Breaker Nation? It's me, your boy Tom, and Danny Danish himself. We're gonna have Chris back real soon. He just had the birth of his child a couple of weeks ago, but he's still on the production end, but he's tired as ever. So shout out to Chris for making this still a thing while we're going on through that. How's everyone doing tonight? How are the boys doing?
I'm doing good, yo. I'm doing good.
Chilling myself, man. Glad we got the podcast in tonight. A little later start than normal, but we here. We got some stuff to talk about this week, man. Let's go. Let's go. Got some big breaks up this week. Got a lot of new stuff hitting. Tier 1's ripping. So come check out the Card Breaker Nation at Facebook. So yeah, man. Gilly, let's get right into it. Let's go.
We're gonna get right into the new news of the hobby. So Topps has officially unveiled the design and details of the 1-of-1 MLB debut patch cards that are going to be in the Topps Chrome update set. So any player who debuted between 3/30/23 and 5/31/23 will be included in this update set, which is currently slated for a November 15th release. Each patch card is going to include a unique code that verifies the card on the MLB's authentication website and provides data and details of the player's first game. These cards are going to be randomly inserted in one out of every 84,316 packs. I honestly like the design on these. I think they're hot. These cards are going to sell for a lot of money personally. Volpe, Yoshida, people like that. This is going to be a very highly sought after card in my personal opinion.
No, for sure, man. We loaded up. I think I got 4 or 5 cases for release day of each, being the jumbos and the regular hobbies, bro. We are chasing these and we are chasing these hard. Honestly, one of my big ones I've been waiting for is these debut patches. Tier 1 does have the all-star patches too that you can pull, which is like their super short prints, which we're ripping now over on in the group as well. I think we're on a second case. But yeah, man, I like what they're trying to do, man. They're trying to really get you into the game. Like, this guy's brand new. This patch was on his uniform. It's game used. It's from his first game. I think those things, like you said, are going to catch some hefty prices. And we pull the Corbin Carroll for Sal debut. He'll be happy. That's what we're going to do, man. 84,000 packs, though. I mean, thank God the packs in the hobby boxes, it's like 50 packs per box. So the numbers are there. But yeah, man, that's gonna be a fun chase, man. Same with Bowman Draft 2023 when it comes out. There's gonna be some crazy
the Brady.
chases. You already know the Brady chase. Probably gonna be a Brady only spot, I would guess at this point, because it's hard. Or
there might be
Expos. But yeah, man, I like what they're trying to do. Like I said, Fanatics, dude. I see where you're going with it. You understand the sports memorabilia market already, man. You literally own that. And you're just going to transition it into cards. So, like I said, the debut patch is straight fire. Dan, what do you think, bro?
Oh, I completely agree. The rookie patches, they're sick. From the first game, you can't beat that.
Yeah.
Those cards are going to be astronomical.
That's right.
Yeah. Shout out to Todd the Bod in the building. Shout out to Todd. And while we're talking about Todd, as he's a big baseball fan, the World Series is finally in full effect. Before I get into this next segment, who do we think is winning it, boys? Who do we think? I'm going to go with the Rangers in 6. I think the Diamondbacks are just too young. Adolis Garcia is him. You still got Scherzer pitching. You got Montgomery. Their pitching looks good. They just took down the Astros. I got the Rangers. I got the Rangers.
Suns in 4, bro. Suns in 4.
No. I want the D-backs to win for Sal, but I think the Rangers. For Sal's sake, I hope I'm wrong.
I think they got a good young team. I really think they're going to surprise people.
I do too. I'm with the D-backs.
Do I see it going 6-7? Absolutely.
Yes, I definitely see it going 6-7. I can see this being a home field battle. But I think just like the D-backs did in the NLCS, they got it. They everybody wanted home, and then they took it back to the house, and they said, we're taking this baby to the house, man. Let's go. So yeah,
For
man,
sure.
not just for Sal, but man, I definitely did the D-backs got them.
Yep.
They look good.
All right. So for our next graphic, this is for the Taco Fractor odds. Since everybody knows about the whole entire Taco Fractor, if you have the card, you're getting a $15,000 gift card to Taco Bell if you have the card. So we'll go on to the next one, which is here's the odds for the most stolen bases this season. Mind you, Jake McCarthy has been injured. So we have Corbin Carroll at 54, Fam at 22. We have the wild card, which is between Perdomo, Lawler, Herrera, Rivera, and Smith at 20. Walker at 11. Alec Thomas at 9. Ketel Marte at 8. Gabriel Moreno at 6. Goriel Jr. at 6. And Evan Longoria with 0. And then on the Rangers side, the wild card is actually better because you have Grossman, Carter, Jankowski, and Tavares, who have 37 between all of them combined. And you got Marcus Semien at 14, Adolis Garcia at 9, Corey Seager at 2, Young, Nathaniel Lowe, Josh Smith, and Austin Hedges all at 1, and Mitch Garver at 0. So definitely some good odds there if you have one of those cards. But speaking of that as well, the Corbin Carroll Taco Fractor, which was actually graded a PSA 9, if I'm not mistaken, has just sold for $5,000.
If you like Taco Bell, that's an investment, bro. You got the best chance of winning, and then you're getting $10,000 more in Taco Bell than you paid for the card. I like it.
There's enthusiasts out there.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you guys love your Taco Bell, man.
Oh,
Yeah. Who doesn't like Taco Bell, man? Up
Yeah.
in the chat,
$15,000
tell me if you like Taco Bell. Come on.
Yo, $15,000 Taco Bell gift card. That better be coming with some toilet paper too, including the gift card. Like Jesus.
Hey, I got $15,000 gift card for Taco Bell. I can afford my own toilet paper, bro. We good. We good.
Are you sure? Are you sure you could afford that? Because I feel like that is going to be a lot of toilet paper.
Oh, for sure. We're not doubting that.
Oh man. Yeah, no, Taco Fractors are sick cards in my opinion. I
You
like them a
probably get it
lot.
sponsored by Charmin too.
Yo,
Look at Danny double dipping.
Yeah.
Look at this dude.
double dipping.
Play chess, not checkers.
All right. So for our next topic, this actually broke a little bit ago, probably about, I don't know, like 2 or 3 hours ago. We got our first official look at 2023 Absolute Football. First off, we got this Kaboom, Jalen Hurts. Obviously, the Kaboom's your big chase hit there. They're looking sick as ever this year. You also have the explosive insert, this Justin Jefferson. It is looking nasty. Looking nasty as hell. Next up, we have the... Oh my gosh, we're having a little bit of technical difficulties here. We have the rookie. Yeah, we have the JSN Rookie Premier RPA, the Shield. That one's pretty sick. And then after that, we have the Rookie Premier of Anthony Richardson. That one's looking also awesome. We have the iconic ink of Dion. So we're going to be seeing a little bit of Dion, obviously, with all of these everyone loving Dion in Colorado now. I'm going to expect to see him in a lot of sets. I see this new, I believe this is a new insert, Groundhogs with the patch, Derrick Henry. I like this card a lot. I'm not a big fan of patch cards, but I like that insert a lot. I think it's pretty cool. And then, Tools of the Trade, which is a pretty iconic one for Absolute Football. So looks like Absolute's looking pretty fire this year. I'm personally going to be a fan of it. I want to see what the checklist is looking like over there. I want to see how many rookies we're getting for Kaboom.
Last year was called the Ball Hogs. That's what they called them. So the Groundhogs, Ball Hogs, they just switched up the name a little bit.
Oh, they switched up the name? Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, you look at these Kabooms, man, even from last year. Manny, if you're in the chat, bro, congrats on that. Russell Wilson, the green 1-of-1 Kaboom we hit last year from Absolute. Russ Willie, that started a trend, man. We had so much short print Russ Willie after that. It was wild. But Absolute Nation, I love the fact that the set is just really kind of driven around these case hits, with the Kabooms, the explosives, the and so on and so forth. The not so many RPAs, so the RPAs will hold value because they're usually shorter printed. So yeah, man, it's going to be another epic race this year, and without the Stroud and the Bryce Young autos and stuff like that, those kabooms again, I think are going to be worth more than some of these years prior, even though they were big names. So yeah, man, another fun set. We'll definitely have plenty of that in the nation once release day is actually released. I haven't seen a release date yet, but if they're giving a first look, I'm guessing probably sometime around Christmas. If Panini's smart, you're probably looking at sometime like the week, probably prior to Christmas. I'm digging through the release sheets now, but I have not seen anything specific. Yeah, nothing put out yet, but I would guess either like a week or two before Christmas, or soon thereafter, like the first of the year, probably something like that. Sets are all a little bit out of order this year, man. I think absolutely had a lot earlier last year than what we got this year.
I think Absolute last year was like October.
Yeah, and we weren't getting Mosaic until Christmas last year, and now we got Mosaic in early October. So
yeah, no, this year's release schedule has been all around. Speaking of new releases, though, yesterday we did have Tier 1 baseball drop. We just dropped our second case a little bit ago. If you guys want to hop in that, just ripped the first case. Tom pulled some serious heat out of that. Wait for the top 5. I will tell you exactly what card.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Yep, that was fire, man. Tier 1. You're not gonna see autos and relic cards like you see in Tier 1, bro. Like the bat relic one of ones, like it's literally part of the barrel of the bats. Some of the big name, even some of your mid-level teams, like some of the big names that you can pull from there, Mariners with Griffey and stuff like that, dude. It just makes the break so much fun. There's no additional BS with really base cards. It's just all hits the whole time. It's a smaller case. You're talking like about 40 cards because you get a couple extra in a couple packs. You get 40, 45 cards usually by the time you're done with a 12-box case. But I think it's well worth the chase, man. And some of the names that you can hit in there, bro, and just the absolute sheer quality and beauty of those cards are second to none, man. One of my favorite sets of the year. I know Dan's a big fan of Tier 1 too. He's got a couple nice patch and relic cards from Tier 1 in years past. So what do you think, Dan? You just finished sorting it. What do you think, bro?
No, I think yeah. Now I think about it, I think I have a Tier 1 CC Sabathia, if I'm not mistaken. I got from Nick. Shout out to Nick. I think it was a Tier 1. Was it
Tier 1 or was it it was another one of those hit style Inceptions. You got Inception.
It was one of the you know what? We'll get the cards soon backing up from PSA. We can confirm that one soon enough, Nation.
Yes.
We can confirm that one soon enough. We'll get that one back soon. So oh man, Manny hit the 2 base. Oh yeah, Manny Kaboom. Yeah, that was Manny hit 3 of the Kabooms, bro. We didn't just hit the one rush.
Manny Kaboom for like literally months, bro. It was all we called him. Manny Kaboom.
That was out of any of the heaters that we've had here in the nation, that was up there.
Yeah. I think we ripped like 6 or 7 cases, and like the first 3 or 4 cases, he hit every case. It was wild.
Yep, that was insane. All right, so for our main topic tonight, this is why I'm wearing all my Lakers gear. Shout out to Lakers. They disappointed the hell out of me
Shout out to
2 nights ago. What?
Shout out to Anthony Davis and his stellar performance.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're going to switch it up. We're going to be talking about NBA players if we're going to buy or hold them. We are not going to be doing NFL this week. I figured, hey, what the heck? We got the season starting up. Let's do it. So, number 1, we're going to be going with Luka Doncic, 2018 Silver Prism, number 280 PSA 10. Over the last 3 months, this card has seen a growth of 20.83% over 77 sales, funnily enough, his jersey number, with the average around 1341. The high was 1658. The last sale of this card today was actually today on October 26th for 1450. Anything Luka, you gotta buy Luka if you get at the right price, obviously. He's one of the best young players in the game. Hopefully, he's gonna be making a final trip soon, get an MVP, all that stuff. Anything Luca, you hold, you hold, you hold, because he is going to be winning at least one NBA championship. He's going to be winning at least one MVP. This is barring injuries, but he's him. Luca is him.
Think he's gonna do on the Mavs?
That's
Do all
about
the Mavs?
question.
Yeah.
And he won a championship with the Mavs.
Yeah, yeah.
I want MVP with the Mavs championship. We'll see.
Nah, Luca,
Mark
like
Cuban, in my
that's
opinion, Mark Cuban, in my opinion, doesn't have the best track record of putting together great teams around his players. Because honestly, he had Dirk with Steve Nash, and then he shipped off Steve Nash, and then they were whatever until they won that championship. So we'll see. We'll definitely see. I don't know if he's going to win a championship with the Mavs, but I think he will win an MVP with the Mavs. I think he might win an MVP this year, if not next.
I can see that. I mean, Luca at this point, bro, you're buying pretty much no matter what it costs, and just saying I'm holding it at this point. You know, I think he's, like you said, 22% in the last 6 months. There's still some more upside. But you're not going to see any like explosive growth because the dude is just bananas. Like, since the dude stepped foot on an NBA court, like, he's been the talk of the town and is going to continue to be the talk of the town. And you know what I'm saying? So that's going to hold his value, bro. I don't think you could possibly lose money unless you're trying to make a short-term flip. If you're like, I'm buying Luca because I'm going to hold this dude till, you know, he's in the Hall of Fame or he's, you know, retiring and stuff like that, I think you're going to be looking at a nice double up. But look at Kobe stuff. Look at the Jordan stuff. Like, you know, you would have bought Jordan in the early 2000s. It was like, okay, it was still, people still thought of it as the junk wax era. And now look at it, you know, it's Fleer card. The box is $100K. If you want to go out and buy the box just to rip it and see if you can hit when they're $100,000. So anything you can get your hands on, Luca, or anything you get your hands on 2017, 28 or 2018, 19 boxes, you can get a good steal on them and hold them. Same thing. I would buy Luca even now at 1,400 for his Silver Prism and hold it. You know, and you could look for those small blips. You know, maybe he gets deep into the playoffs and you sell it for 1,800 and turn around and wait till the next year to buy another one at 15 and hope it happens again and just trying to play that game. But I'd be buying Luca long-term hold, bro. Like, I really don't care. If I get the right card and I feel like it's the right price and I'm somewhere around recent comps, I'm not going to feel like I got ripped off.
All right. Segueing into the next player, Anthony Davis. 2012 Silver Prism 236 PSA 10. Over the last 6 months, this card has seen a decline of 42.18%. Mind you, only 3 sales, with the average around 23.46. The last sale is on October 15th for $15.90 on PWCC Weekly. As a Lakers fan, you do not buy Anthony Davis. You refrain from buying Anthony Davis. You're going to tell me this is a dude we just signed to however much money, and he could drop 17 points in the first half and then just disappear in the second half and do absolutely anything. If this Lakers team has any chance of making a deep run in the playoffs, Anthony Davis needs to get his head out of his ass, number one. And number two, he needs to be the number one. We can't rely on a 38-year-old LeBron James to take us to the promised land, because I'm sorry, he is older now. He's still a great player. He's still top 10, but just LeBron James alone, he can't do it like he used to. It's just a matter of the fact. He's playing more like a Magic Johnson right now. He's facilitating the ball as he should. So that's why we got more shooters. Anthony Davis needs to take that next step. Anthony Davis needs to play like he was when he was in the bubble. But that's the problem. Anthony Davis has not replicated that bubble success since he was in the bubble. In my personal opinion, $15.90 for this card, just selling, that is absolutely absurd. That is insane. You do not buy Anthony Davis right now. There is absolutely no shot in hell. That's insane. That's nuts.
Here's the question, though. If you saw, say, another 50% drop or a little less, maybe the card gets under a G, Is that something you'd be buying at $1,000, hoping that there's upside potential, seeing that it's been a $1,500 to $1,700 card? Do you think he's
From the
going to
amount
bounce back?
from the amount of games that he misses and how inconsistent he is, no.
So you're
And it
saying
hurts me to
flat out-
say because I love no, not at all.
So you're saying you missed the bubble, literally and figuratively.
Figuratively, you definitely missed the bubble on Anthony Davis, 100%. Unless he somehow pulls it out of his ass, and I'm hoping I'm wrong. I am praying to God I'm wrong. I just right now,
What is he?
dude,
He's
Listen,
31.
bro, it's the first game. It's the
I don't
first
care
game.
if it's the first game or not. He hasn't done shit. What's he done since he's won the NBA championship? Be out. That's all he's done. All Anthony Davis does is miss games, and every single time Anthony Davis gets injured, I'm sitting there. I'm like, oh no, this dude just tore his Achilles or something. He's like, oh no, I got a broken nail. I got to be out for 3 to 5 games. I'm getting sick and tired of Anthony Davis at this point as a Lakers fan. I really am. His contract when we signed him, I was like, holy shit, that's a lot of money. And they're just propping up to be the number one after LeBron is gone. And I don't know, man. I don't know. He has the potential. It's just something about him. He just can't get into that untapped potential, and it drives me insane. I hope tonight against the Suns he proves me wrong, but we'll see. We will see. And that's my Anthony Davis tangent. There's probably going to be a lot of them, more of them during the season.
Yeah, I agree, man. I've never been a huge fan of Davis in general. So yeah, I think he would have been a sell for me the whole way.
Yeah, no, my brother has an Anthony Davis second year, like gold out of 10 that he's still trying to sell, and he's had this card for like a year. Just the market is not there for Anthony Davis. It really isn't. And it sucks. But somebody that the market is out for right now is Victor Wembanyama. I don't know if anyone saw his first game last night. I watched bits and pieces. I watched the beginning of it right when Kyrie took a shot and he blocked him. I was like, God damn, this dude's a freak. So the specific card I'm going to be talking about with Victor Wembanyama is the Bowman Chrome U auto. The one out of 75 just sold for $4,700 last night. But the regular auto has been floating around the 1,500 to 2,000 range. The PSA 10s of the auto have been around 2,700. When I first heard about Victor Wembanyama, I sat there. I was like, is this dude going to really be that good in the NBA? I don't know. Not too sure. So, I mean, but the dude got drafted by the Spurs. And honestly, now, I think the sky's the limit for this kid. He's just such an athletic freak. Problem is, it's just his body. Is it gonna withhold the NBA? Is it gonna withhold for 82 games? He's just very skinny. We've never seen a player like this, which I think what makes it so much more interesting about this whole entire Wembanyama craze, because we have literally never seen a player like this. Like we've seen similar players, but they haven't been able to do everything that Wemby can do.
Not like you said in the show, he put up the same numbers as Tim Duncan. He's like you said, he's a lanky dude. I think if any injuries seriously are going to happen, it's probably going to happen this year, just because I see him going into this offseason and sitting with a trainer for 8 months and coming back looking like an absolute animal, squatting 450, benching 300, running the mile in like freaking 6 minutes.
Get Jack like
yeah,
Giannis.
bro, he's going to be massive. I think when he comes back next year,
He gets mass like Giannis, it's over.
yes,
Over.
So I do like it, man. From what I've seen, I haven't seen a whole ton.
He
of
does
them.
kind of look a little bit like Giannis when he first came in, a little skinny Greek
Yeah,
kid.
yeah. And
Yeah.
look what Giannis looks like now, bro. Like I don't think the size. Like I said, if he's going to take an injury because of his size, it's probably going to be this year, bro. I bet you that dude puts on 25, 30 pounds for next year and comes back stomping holes in the freaking court, bro. Like he's, yeah, that dude's just his efficiency on the court, his court sense, bro. I like the kid, man. The fact that he can block the ball, he can run the ball, he can play point guard. It gets this. He's beautiful, bro. I like him. Shout out to Fanatics for ruining that for Panini.
Yep. Next up, this is somebody that I feel like if you didn't buy him early, you might have missed the window on, but I still think you could probably still make some money on this kid. Shea Gilgis Alexander. He's probably my favorite player in the NBA right now. I absolutely love watching this kid. I absolutely love watching that Thunder team, as a matter of fact. His 2018 Prism Silver, number 184 PSA 10, has seen a growth of 21.56% over the last 3 months, which is 29 sales with the average around 446. The high price being 510. The last sale was 468 on October 22nd via PWCC Weekly. With Shea Gilgis Alexander, this is a dude that can do everything on the floor, and he's just a very marketable player. I saw this dude literally. This dude is on Kim Kardashian Skims men's line. This dude plays in Oklahoma City. You play in Oklahoma City and you're doing stuff like that, you know you're marketable. This dude, even in the fashion world, he's huge. He's just a huge polarizing player. I think he's an absolute animal. He does, like I said, he does everything. He gets steals, he gets blocks, he can rebound. He's a whole five-way player. Trust me, when this is the master plan. I personally believe that the Thunder are doing with all these picks. When Joel Embiid finally gets fed up with all this shit going down in Philly, they're going to take all of those picks. I'm telling you, I think Joel Embiid is going to be a Thunder. I think Joel Embiid is going to be a Thunder. And you're going to tell me Joel Embiid with Shea Gilgis Alexander and Chet Holmgren? Holy shit. And Giddey, that team's winning a championship. Just wait for Embiid to be pissed off. Just wait. He plays in Philly. It's going to be quick. It's going to be quick.
Make sure you bookmark this show, guys. You heard it here first. October 26, 2023. Gilly said Embiid to the Thunder at some point.
I think Embiid will be a Thunder.
He's going to the Knicks.
Yeah, because they're going to trade him in the conference, let alone division. Come on, bro. These Knicks fans are fucking delusional. They're insane. You guys are more delusional than us. I'm a Lakers fan. You guys are more delusional. You think they get Joel Embiid? I literally saw what your quote-unquote package was for him. You gonna tell me RJ Barrett, Julius Randle, Mitchell Robinson, and like Fournier and a couple of picks is gonna get you Embiid? It's not going to, Danny. It's not going to. That's a mid-ass package. Are you kidding me? Are you joking? Get out of here, bro.
Yo, it's got the market for him, though, bro. New York. People love coming here just because of the market, bro.
Here's the thing. The market, in my opinion,
for them.
The market at this point in the NBA, I was talking about this with my friend the other night. The market in the NBA, in my personal opinion, it does not matter. Giannis plays in Milwaukee. He is still getting endorsement deals. Shea plays in OKC. He is literally getting big endorsement deals. The market does not matter as much as it used to in the social media era, in my personal opinion.
Yeah, I can buy that.
Damian Lillard, too. He played in Portland. Portland's not a big market.
Well, Portland, you get the overflow of the California people that don't want to be Lakers and freaking.
But here's the thing with the market. If the market in the NBA really mattered, Tom, you would have the Brooklyn Nets, the New York Knicks, the Los Angeles Lakers, and the Los Angeles Clippers being the top 4 teams every year. And guess what? They're not.
I don't think as far as like them winning championships. I'm talking about more manageable marketability. The more that you can take on your plate because you're in these big markets. Hence LeBron to LA. You're just outside of Hollywood. You get to do a lot more short-term quick stuff and get those quick picks. That's why those people like those markets. Same thing with New York. If you're looking to get into things with finance, you're looking to get into like the clothing and like that, those markets are all right there. It gives you the ability.
I can't agree with New York, though. I can't agree with New York for one reason. The biggest free agent the Knicks have signed in the last however many years, Jalen Brunson, don't get me wrong, dude's a dog. And they had Melo, but that was through a trade. But that's the problem. Nobody wants to go to the Knicks. That's too much pressure for some players, and they can't take it. And that hurts the Knicks in the end of the day.
No, that I agree. The Knicks have done some damage. They've done some damage to their stock equity and everything over their draft equity and all that over the last few years for sure. Does that mean it's the be all end all? Does that mean if you get a big name, say LeBron would have came to New York instead of going to LA a few years ago?
He could have went to the Knicks twice.
Right. Do you think that wouldn't
And you
make
know
a
what's even
difference?
funnier? Yeah. The crazier part about that was LeBron was almost a net before he was a Heat. You knew, like, the Knicks were at like, he was going to be a net. He wasn't going to be a Heat. I've seen stuff like that.
Yeah.
That'd been crazy, LeBron and Nets. That's when they're playing in New Jersey, too. That would have been crazy.
Yeah, but the pressure comes with New York sports teams. Just look at Daniel Jones, who's just crazy crap.
Or, this is a basketball show. Why the hell are you talking about Daniel Jones?
He's talking about New York
What
sports
are
teams,
you
so I
talking about
feel-
pressure? Wait,
I was giving
you're a Cowboys fan. Dak Prescott hasn't done shit.
I was giving
They
an
hasn't
example.
done shit.
Don't listen. Don't take it to heart.
Dak
bro. I was
Prescott
giving an
done. He hasn't
example.
done shit. Jesus. This dude's delusional as hell tonight. What the hell's going on? Danny's on something else. All right, for a little bit of segue there, but we're going to keep talking about the Thunder. We're going to be talking about Chet Holmgren now. So we're going to be talking about Chet Holmgren, specifically his 2022 Panini Prism Silver number 266 PSA 10 was last sold for $370 on October 25th. I was looking at it. That card is around the 360 to 420 range on the last 7 sales of this card. I actually grabbed a picture of the Monopoly one by mistake, not the regular one. That's my fault. But that card is in the 360 to the 420 range. Chet is, because I saw Wembanyama play and he looked more complete and ready to play in the big leagues, where I saw Chet last night playing against the Bulls and he was getting absolutely bullied by Andre Drummond. He's probably a little bit skinnier than Wembanyama. This is somebody that needs to put more weight on. He already had the Les Frank injury. He's an iffy one. He hasn't really proven anything yet. 360 to 420, I think that's a little bit high on him. If you ask me, if you get like a rookie Wall and he dips to like 250, I would buy him. But at that range right now, maybe just buy Raw. Hope he was rookie of the year or something, because he's still eligible for rookie of the year. He's just he's a little bit too skinny right now. He's and he's already had the foot injury. In taller players like that, the foot injury is usually pretty detrimental.
Yeah, like you said, I could see a Chet Holmgren dip of, I think, 300 based on current performance, probably a little high. But again, he could do the same thing that I think Wemby's going to do, which is go out of this, play this season. I would have thought he probably would have tried to put some meat on over the winter, but with the injury, maybe he wasn't able to.
But it was a foot injury. He can still work upper body.
But with these kids, it's the leg explosion, bro. Like, that's, you get these dude with tree trunk legs. That's, you got the speed and you got the power.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's a lot of their play is in the lower extremities. But he probably definitely should have hit the gym a little bit more, because he does look lanky as hell. He reminds me of what's his face, also on the Thunder. It was a year prior. What we call him, freaking. We called him Slender Man.
Oh, Poku.
Yeah, Poku.
I like Poku. I like that Thunder team. I like that Thunder team just in general.
But even Poku, same thing. He got hurt real quick.
The next player that we are talking about, I'm sorry, Chris, but Danny, for some strange reason, wanted to talk about him, even though he absolutely murdered his team last night. And he actually murdered me in fantasy. Me and Danny are in a fantasy basketball league, and he started this guy last night. Kristaps Porzingis. The 2015 Silver Prism PSA 10 number 348 has seen a growth of 5.18% in the last 3 months, which was 5 sales. The average price has been $143.69. The high price being $154.95. Last sale was $152.51 on October 25th on eBay. You know what? For $150, I actually don't hate that. I actually think that's a pretty solid buy right there, if you ask me, especially if he's going to keep performing like how he is. And he's on the Boston Celtics, which are arguably probably going to be the best team in the East. That's not a bad buy, especially. I don't think that's a bad buy.
He's the one that got away. I will say that. I said that. I always liked this guy.
Knicks fan.
Yeah,
So you
Knicks
guys
fan.
know.
Yeah, he's the one who got away.
I did. I loved him on the Knicks, bro. I was extremely surprised that they got rid of him, but it was based on a ton of injuries. But and dude
No,
is
it wasn't
injury
even that.
prone.
That shit, I remember that like it was yesterday. All the Knicks fans loved Kristaps, and then all of a sudden something came out about Kristaps being unhappy. And then like an hour later, Kristaps got traded, and I was actually with Danny. I think I have a video of that on my phone, to be completely honest with you. This kid was distraught, bro. Danny was distraught. And then more shit came out about whatever with his brothers, and all the Knicks fans are like, F you, blah, 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 this, that, and third, you suck. They're literally saying overrated him last night. So I don't know. I always liked Kristaps.
Yeah.
What are you laughing about?
$150, I'd take a stab at that for sure too. Maybe try to snag up a cheap auto if you think he's gonna have a good year. You got some potential, especially if he's gonna be like a number 2 or number 3 on the Celtics, and the Celtics get deep. You know, I can see you making a quick buck on some KP stuff.
Oh, you're laughing because my picture froze. That's why you're laughing. I just saw that. All right. So next up is, and this is gonna be the last player we talk about, is Paolo Banchero, the man straight out of Duke University. His
University.
2020
Anniversary.
University. Those TikToks are funny as hell. That dude's great. So his 2022 Prism Silver PSA last sold for $340 on October 24th. He's looking around the 315 to 350 range on the last 8 sales of the car. So he's about the same price range as Chet Holmgren, which, if you personally ask me, I think that's ridiculous. He should be a lot higher. So I was also looking at his Sensational Signatures Silver from the same set. I think you're better off buying that card, because if you're spending the extra $100, $200 on a PSA 10, you're getting the auto. And the last 2 sales on that card were on October 24th for $532 and October 18th for $450. So honestly, I would rather just buy the auto at that point. Anything Paulo I would buy, but with that close of a range of price, you're better off buying the auto. Or looking, or even going into another set and trying to find like an RPA or something.
Yeah, get
Paulo's
like
market is Paulo's market is really
like
weird. Paulo's market's really weird, and I don't know why Paulo's market's really weird, because he's good. He's really good.
I think a lot of that is just based on the swift kick in the nuts that people have taken on some of these big players over the last 3 or 4 seasons. The Zions and the Jaws being astronomical during the COVID bubble, and then rolling right into LaMelo Ball and Anthony Edwards, where LaMelo Ball Silver Prism was like 2 G's, and like everybody couldn't get enough Prism. The amount of Prism basketball that we ripped early on here was mind-boggling. Retail, hobby, because everybody was chasing those dudes. And then as soon as like it would kind of start to simmer down, as far as the card market would level out, something would happen with these dudes. There'd be that massive dip. Zion constantly getting hurt. Freaking Ja not being able to keep his guns out of his pants. And then right into LaMelo, who just is, saying like he's good, but again, injury prone. Anthony Edwards still looks phenomenal, but because of all the damage that these guys did the years prior, I think it's just drove down the basketball desire. You can see it happening with the box prices, where they're starting to kind of level back out. I mean, Prism basketball for 1920 was like $2,500 a box. When you're taking you're taking the freaking the Timberwolves, not T-Wolves, you're taking the Timberwolves in that break, you're spending like $500-600. Like, you had to turn some color or a silver, or you were losing money. And it just, I think a lot of people got really turned off about basketball cards in general. And then again, with these draft classes, it's like, okay, like, I'm not going to get too excited too quick. Like, I'm going to kind of let these guys pan out for a minute before I really start to decide whether I'm going to buy. So that does pose a thing for us to be able to make money, right? I think on the singles market for NBA cards, there's a lot of potential, especially grabbing these guys like Chet Holmgren, or grabbing these guys that have kind of been on a dip, the Kristaps Porzingis. If you think the guy's going to have a good year, you could probably make a quick buck on some of these guys. And I think with Fanatics takeover potentially, we could see kind of a resurgence in basketball cards. They're going to take that one over a year earlier than football. So you kind of get to see how things are going to really pan out with the license all by themselves, and roll into it. So I like it. Basketball, I love the fact that the breaks got a lot cheaper. I'm saying? We've got a 5-box breakup, which is Mosaic, Hobby, 2 Court Kings, and 2 Obsidians. And I think the most expensive team is the Magic at like $170. Like, you go ahead and you hit a Palo Auto out of that break, you're cashing checks all the way to the bank and you're happy. So I like that it's more obtainable now, especially if you're trying to hit some of these big names. And maybe the market's not the hottest right this second, but a lot of these cards have a lot of hold and pan out potential. So I like it, man. Chet Holmgren, I think, is somebody, like you said, small dip I'd buy. I like KP if you're going to try and make a quick buck, since the value hasn't really kind of returned yet. I bet if you look back 5-6 years, Kristaps Porzingis, when he was on the Knicks, his Silver Prism, probably 2015, 2016, was probably a $500-$600 card, because you were catching, the real run into like the Lucas and all that stuff, where it would have pulled those guys with them from the years prior. And then I think you're hoping for that again. Is Paolo going to be that guy? Is Wemby going to be that guy that's going to kind of drag basketball back up? Like, man, Wemby's the next Luka as far as card values. And did I miss the boat by not trying to get into a break now or buy boxes now and get them? So I like it. You know what I'm saying? Football's always going to be steady. Baseball, you're going to get tons of hits because the breaks are just built that way. And then with basketball, I like the fact that, this 5-box break, you're like, it's the most expensive team is under $200. Like, that's huge. You could take your favorite teams, like your Knicks and your Cavs, are $20-$30 teams in a 5-box break. All you gotta do is hit some color. Like, even if it's a base, rookie of one of these guys, or even a big vet, some color, you're probably covering your team. So you're pretty happy about that. The breaks get a lot more fun that way. So that's where I'm at. I think we're waiting for that guy to drag basketball back up, because there was a lot of dudes that drug it down.
Yeah. Before we go into the top 5 of the week, just want to give you a little update on football right now. The Bills are up 3-0, second to goal, Tampa Bay 4. And we could talk about it next week. I'm not going to do it in this show. Josh Allen is the most overrated quarterback ever. But we'll just go into our top 5.
Yep. Go
Bucks. Our top 5. Yeah, go Baker Mayfield. Yeah, I'm not. I don't know. Just not a big fan of Josh Allen. Turns over the ball too much for me. He's not really done anything for me to consider him this great quarterback that everyone has hailed him out to be. Give me Lamar Jackson all day. Lamar Jackson's numbers are just insane. All right, so at number 5, we got the DK Metcalf tie-dye rookie card auto to 25 out of Select. This card, I always love the tie-dyes, man. I think the tie-dyes are just a sick, beautiful card. I can't hate on them. A lot of people hate DK Metcalf. I didn't realize there's this like hatred for DK Metcalf. And until like the last couple weeks. By the way,
I don't want to hit
parade. And the next, actually, out of our hit parades too, was a rated rookie, clearly Justin Fields auto. Justin Fields was looking like he started to turn the corner before he got injured. So definitely some upside to that. I like Fields. We'll see if he can keep it up. I know that bag net guy, he actually looked decent too. At number 3, Jahmyr Gibbs, gold standard RPA out of 49. This dude just had a monster game right after I traded him in one of my fantasy leagues. Of course, he had a monster game. So, Jahmyr Gibbs, it looks like they're finally starting to let him loose, as they should have. So, shout out to the Lions. Speaking of the Lions, again, at number 2, we have the Sam Laporta gold standard RPA out of 10. This card was absolutely nasty. Tom, who pulled that one? Was that Tony?
Tony, man. Tony.
Was that a Tony pull?
Tony, take it to the house, bro.
Yeah, Tony, take it to the house. That was a That was a dope card for sure. I like Sam Laporta. Sam Laporta, he's got a bright future in this league, if you ask me. And
I think
at
he's tight
number
end one for
one,
the year for sure.
yeah. And at number one, dual auto tier one relic book. Pretty sure it's a 101. It might be out of 10. We think it's the 101 though. Anthony Rizzo, Aaron Judge, dual auto
Pulled like
tier
an
one
hour ago,
relic.
Nation.
Pulled like an
Pulled like an
hour
hour.
ago. Dual auto tier one relic book card. Sadly, we do not have a picture of the card. We have the redemption, but with Topps, their redemptions come back pretty quick, so we should be able to update you guys on that end of that picture.
Sal,
Who pulled
everybody
that
chasing
one?
Corbin. Yep. That was Jeremy, bro.
That was shout out to Jeremy. Is this a beer everybody? Is this a beer convention or an Amish Mafia reunion?
It's
I got
both,
the
bro.
nicest beard out of all of them, bro.
Oh, you wish.
I
Got
have the
that?
worst one.
No
out of everybody,
fro.
bro.
So I'm looking freaky fresh with my Lakers jersey on too, baby. Shout out Magic. Shout out Magic. All right, so I think that's actually no, it's not going to wrap it up for the show because we have our picks, and I have my pick. I got the Chargers over the Bears. I'm going to play safe this week. I really want to see Giants over the Jets, but I'm not going balls to the wall.
You taking it
We're
with
gonna
the spread, or you taking money line?
What, Chargers over Bears?
Yeah,
I don't even know what the spread is, honestly, but probably would take the spread.
Chargers, Bears. Here, I'll get it for you. I'm just looking
Yeah,
at
let
it.
me know that spread.
Chargers, Bears plus 8.5. But you're getting minus 395 for taking a money line.
I think they just clear it.
You think they clear it by 9? You wouldn't take like an alternate spread at like say plus 6 or something like that. Try to get it under a TD and play it safe. Maybe get plus 200 odds. I don't know.
Bears too inconsistent. Nah, I think the Chargers got it.
Yo, my picks, you were too afraid to do it, bro. Jets are covering the 2.5 against the G-Men, bro. I'm calling
2.5
that right now.
spread?
Spam it.
Why?
Spam it.
Is it
Minus
2.5?
2.5.
There should be a
Jets are minus
5.5
2.5.
spread, 2.5. Get the hell out of here. What's Danny's pick?
Let's see.
Sal said a CK out making babies, eh? He already made the baby. He's just taking
Yes.
care of it now, bud. He's just taking care of it now, bud.
You know what? I'm going to Jets. I think you're just gonna put that game on. I think
That's
it's
my
better
pick,
than
bro.
that.
You just double dipping with me, bro.
You know, I like it.
Here's the question
I
for
like
you,
it.
though, man. Do your
No, I'm
boys?
joking. I'm joking. I'm completely joking.
What was your Cowboys? Was like
No,
9.5.
realistically, I like the Colts. Against the Saints.
Colts
I
money
think they gotta
line
pull that game off.
with Minshew.
Yeah, Minshew.
I love Minshew.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my guy right there.
So, but yeah, man. So that's you Danny Colts. T. Gilly says Chargers over Bears money line. I'm taking Jets over the G-Men. Jet life stadium.
As always,
CK would say.
yep.
He's cutting us off. He's like, I'm done. I don't want to hear this anymore.
Yeah.
We're done.
I don't want to hear this. I don't want to hear this anymore. As always, Nation, we appreciate you guys watching this. If you are watching this on YouTube, please like and subscribe as it helps a lot. Leave a comment, join the Facebook group. Come and hang out with us, man. We're family friendly. This is just like a little, not family friendly, just a little bit to the edge, not too crazy. But yeah, from me, from Tom, from Danish, have a great night, guys.
See you, Nation.
Have a good night.